One of the differences between shore diving and boat diving is that the latter can sometimes be a bit crowded. Unfortunately, the resulting diver competition to see the cool stuff can cause decorum, underwater personal space, and general mindfulness of the reef to disappear. Of course, the silver lining of a group of divers congregating around a southern stingray is that it might swim right by you while it's making its escape. It actually swam back around, but when confronted by Leslie's rather large camera, decided to clear the area. Later in the dive, literally thousands of creole wrasse descended on our dive group. There were even a few lionfish hunters trying to make a dent in the invasive species numbers. A small crevice at Newport provided shelter for this channel-clinging crab, this hairy-clinging crab, and this spotted spiny lobster. Cymothoid isopods attached to several species, including the Atlantic creole fish. They look startling, but apparently do not hurt the host fish. We also spotted this barracuda hanging out behind some sea rods. Every once in a while, we see fish hanging out in barrel, bell, and bowl sponges, so I created a new meta tag called Fish Bowl. This one is actually a double set. We do have more to share, but before we do, can you do us a favor? Hitting that subscribe button goes a long way toward helping our small channel grow. Currently, we are in the juvenile phase. Progression through the initial phase to terminal phase is the goal of every small fish in the ocean. Thanks. Smiley face. I have to admit that the initial reason I wanted to go to Playa Porto Mari was because of the pigs, but the ocean had even more waiting for us. Daan spotted this floating in open water just before the drop-off. It's hard to see, but the chain of red dots forms a barrel-shaped planktic tunicate called a salp. Most of the sponges we've highlighted are quite big. These small yellow sponges are less than 2 inches and are called variable boring sponges. I wish I got closer for this, but a saucereye porgy swam by. We haven't seen one of those yet on Curacao. You never see acorn worms because they live under the sand, but you might run across their poop piles. They ingest sand, extract any organic matter, and expel the filtered material at the surface. We had several interesting trumpetfish interactions. While this one started on the normal side, it got very curious. A bit later, this one was happy to swim with Daan for a while, then moved over to me, and then swam between my legs. We see garden eels from time to time, but typically much deeper after the reef flattens at the bottom. These were in about 5 feet of water. Also uncommon, but for a different reason, is this banded tube-dwelling anemone, which was out during the day. We often see them only at night. A 15-minute surface swim to the left at Varsinbye gets you to a large pontoon frame between 50 and 100 feet. It doesn't have much growth on it so far, but it's still fun to explore. This large congregation of branching tube sponges stood out because they look black, but on closer inspection are yellow underneath. Have you ever met twins and one just had to dress differently? These giant anemones can relate. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and request notifications for each new release. Thanks!